Hello, my name's Kate Astery and I'm head of the School of Modern Languages and Cultures. I'm standing in the atrium of the new Faculty of Arts building. We're moving in just a few weeks' time. I'm going to introduce you to the School of Modern Languages and Cultures in this short video. I've moved upstairs to the 4th floor of the new Faculty of Arts building, which is where the School of Modern Languages and Cultures is going to be based. As hopefully you can see from the background behind me, we are right in the heart of campus. I'm sitting in the Transnational Resources Centre, which is a student learning space. It's not fully furnished yet, but hopefully it'll start to give you an idea of some of the spaces that we'll be occupying by the time we get to after Christmas this year. We count as a medium-sized School of Modern Languages by national standards. That means we're small enough to be friendly, but large enough to be able to offer a wide range of choice. Structurally, we're made up of 5 academic sections and the Language Centre. The academic sections are French, German, Italian, Hispanic Studies, and Translation and Transcultural Studies. In the Language Centre, in addition to the 4 main languages, we also offer Arabic, Russian, Chinese, and Japanese. In the most recent Institutional Teaching Review of 2017, we were commended for putting students at the heart of everything we do. We were really pleased that the university recognised our efforts to centre everything around the students. Everyone is allocated a personal tutor when they arrive, and we also have dedicated year abroad coordinators there to help with preparing for the year abroad and for any problems that might arise whilst you're away. The Institutional Review also commended us for our efforts for inclusion and equality, though I think it's still very much work in progress. We haven't quite finished decolonising our curriculum. All of our teaching is research-led. That means that you'll be taught by specialists in their field. All of our staff are passionate about what they do and want to share their love of languages with you. In addition to language, we also have culture modules. These provide the context that will make you a better linguist. You'll understand historical or cultural references so that you can add the layers and the nuance into your understanding of the countries where the language you're learning is spoken. These culture modules are often cross-disciplinary, cross-cultural, and cover a wide range in terms of geography, methodologies, and media. I'm now going to hand over to James, who's going to explain the structure of our degrees in more detail.
Hello, I'm James Hodkinson, and I'm the Head of Admissions and Recruitment here in the School of Modern Languages and Cultures at Warwick University. First of all, welcome. Welcome to this video, which is going to give you an overview of life and study in the School of Modern Languages and Cultures. And welcome to our new building. I'm lucky enough to be standing here on the 4th floor of our new state-of-the-art arts building, which is going to be the home to our school from autumn 2021 onwards. It contains lecture halls, learning spaces, study spaces, social spaces. It's a fantastic place to be. And at a time when modern languages are under pressure at many universities, we're privileged to be housed in this fantastic new space. So at the moment, you're making a decision about where you want to study languages. Let me give you an oversight of what we think sets us at Warwick apart. In order to do that, we've grouped together the presentation around 5 C's: credentials, courses, curriculum, community, and careers. And I'm going to take you through those one by one. First of all, our credentials. Well, what do I mean by that? This is primarily our showing in league tables. Here are just a few examples. The Sunday Times Good University Guide placed our university overall as first for teaching quality and gave us the runner-up position for University of the Year. The university was 6th overall in the Guardian 2022 League and 8th in the UK for the Times. Our school itself was 7th in the UK for modern foreign languages and linguistics in the Guardian and 4th in the UK for career prospects for students 15 months after graduating. Each of our language sections in themselves also has scored highly. French is 5th overall in the Times. German is 2nd overall in the Complete University Guide. Hispanic Studies 3rd overall in the Complete University Guide, and Italian 3rd in the Times. So our showings place us always in the top 10 and often in the top 5, both as a school and as individual language sections. League tables, of course, are compiled by journalists and analysts, But the NSS, the National Student Survey, is based on student comments and evaluations as finalists graduate. A couple of stats which then come straight from the horse's mouth of our student body. In the most recent National Student Survey, 92.1% of our students said that staff were good at explaining things during teaching. That places us second in the Russell group. 92.9% said the course was intellectually stimulating, again, second from Russell Group University. So they're just a couple of statistics which help you show the quality of what it is that we deliver and how well our students rate what we do. Our next C then are our courses. We fall into 4 main language sections: French Studies, Italian Studies, German and Hispanic Studies. We also have a Translation and Transcultural Studies section, as well as a language centre which allows us to broaden the portfolio of languages that we can offer in our degree combinations. We've got a wide range of flexible undergraduate courses which allow you to study 1, 2 or even 3 languages. And we have an array of subject combinations too, which allow you to combine modern languages and individual languages with non-language subjects, such as English or history in the arts, but also politics and international studies, economics, linguistics, social science subjects such as this. Let's take a look. To begin with, you might already be an advanced student having done an A-level, an international baccalaureate or a high school qualification, but you might also be just starting out with one of your chosen languages. We offer both ab initio and post-high school entry. You can start all of our languages from ab initio or beginner's level, and you can take French, German, Italian and Hispanic studies to degree level with a post-A level or IB or equivalent entry. Our courses offer highly flexible combinations, as I've said already. You could take a BA in single honours, which allows you to specialise in one language in greater depth and its cultural components. You could also take a BA in modern languages, which allows you to study 2 or 3 languages with various other subject combinations. Or you could take a BA joint honours, which allows you to combine a language or languages with a non-language subject. So let's have a look at our combinations in greater depth. Our single honours courses, such as French Studies, German, Italian and Hispanic Studies, allow you to study one language in greater depth. The structure of the degree is such that you spend 75% of your time studying that one language and its cultural components, and 25% of your time is a free option. Our BA in Modern Languages degree offers you a 2-language pathway, which sees you spending equal time studying the language and culture of your 2 chosen languages, or a 3-language combination, which sees you spending 25% of your time in each of your 3 languages and 25% in your time on a cultural option relating to your first choice language. Our joint honours combinations allow you to combine either one language with subjects such as economics, history, English, linguistics, politics and international studies with a 50-50 split, or in some cases, film studies. Or you can combine 2 languages with subjects such as economics and linguistics, spending 25% of your time on each of the languages and 50% of your time on the other subject. To move on to our next C, our curriculum. First of all, language. How is language taught in the School of Modern Languages and Cultures? Well, it's taught throughout all 4 years of study. We develop skills such as translation, essay writing and text production, and we also give you a solid grammatical basis and oral classes to enhance your oral skills. In year 1, if you're a post-high school entrant, you'll get 4 hours of teaching per week with extra hours of support if you have come in as an absolute beginner. Our language teaching draws on contemporary media and themes, so there's always a kind of cultural component even in the language teaching that we do. And here in our new building, we offer a wide range of resources available in our virtual learning environment online, including computer-assisted grammar exercises and programs. We also have dedicated learning spaces such as this one for languages students, and we have programs of peer-to-peer mentoring in many language areas where senior students pair up with less advanced students or even with students overseas to boost their language learning. I've mentioned a few times the cultural component in our curriculum. What does that word culture actually mean? Well, it means a very wide range of topics and materials at Warwick. I've already said that cultural materials are evident in much of our language teaching, but our cultural curriculum offers you a wide range of introductory and specialist modules to cater to all your interests. In fact, we offer a breadth of coverage which is rare in UK university modern languages departments these days, from politics and society through to film and visual culture, to literature and history, to translation studies and thematic modules which cut across the different language sections. Our curriculum extends from the contemporary digital world through the rise of modernity in the 18th and 19th centuries, back even to the Renaissance and medieval periods. So it's a truly global offering. And it's, of course, when we think of Hispanic studies in particular, not just European, because we follow the diaspora of different language-speaking communities and the cultures that they create and carry with them as they move around the globe, looking across diverse media, diverse periods, and diverse themes. Most of our students choose to spend time abroad as part of their degree. Often this will be a full year or an 8 to 9 month period within the second or third year of their study. It's possible to split that year between two different countries and two different experiences in order to keep two of your languages going. And we offer a range of global destinations and support students in applying to spend time studying, living and working in those locations. Our current options involve, for many countries, language assistantships where you work abroad in a school for part of or the whole of an academic year, a work placement in industry, or a study placement at one of our partner universities. There are various schemes to help finance your study abroad if you choose the study placement option, including scholarships from the new Turing scheme to which we support applications, and also through our Utopia Alliance, as it's called, which is a network of teaching and research collaborations that Warwick has set up on a private basis with universities throughout the European Union. We also encourage you to spend time abroad in your residencies. We help you to apply in your vacation time for courses in language schools, both in Europe and further afield, so that in between the years of study, you can continue to boost your language learning. And you'll have support from the school whilst you're away. You'll be in touch with us as staff, you'll be in touch with your personal tutor who'll look after your well-being. You will pay some fees during that year, but it's at the reduced rate at 15% of normal fees for that 1 year. And of course, that pays for all of the extra support and guidance and advice and care that we give you whilst you're going through this incredible transformative experience. Moving on to our penultimate C, which is careers. Now, Warwick recently, in the Guardian newspaper, was ranked 4th overall for having students in meaningful continuing careers 15 months after they've graduated. That's looking at salary, permanent positions, career and promotion prospects, and so on and so forth. And what our linguists end up doing is incredibly diverse these days. They don't just end up as teachers or translators, although those are, of course, options. Many of our students go into things like marketing, or they go into graduate training and end up working in the corporate world, whatever that might be, from finance through to investment banking. We have students who retrain for a year, taking accountancy and law qualifications and going on to work in those sectors. Students go on to work too in local and central government, whether it's for the Foreign Office or for a county council or for the civil service in one form or another. Students do go on to work in education, in secondary and higher education, or indeed in primary education, and many of our linguistics specialists go on to work and train in speech therapy. Students of ours also go on to work in publishing and translation. They work for non-governmental organisations, NGOs, and within the charity sector, and increasingly in media, public relations and communications, for which of course they're very well suited. So the days of linguists being channeled into narrow careers that didn't pay or didn't reward very highly are gone, and Warwick linguists are amongst the most employable linguists in the UK. But last and not least, to our final C, and this one's particularly important and I think strongly characteristic of what marks us out as a School of Modern Languages and Cultures: our sense of community and our community values. We are, as a group of students and as a group of staff, diverse and inclusive. No matter where you're from, no matter what your heritage, no matter what your social background, whether you've been to an independent or a state school, all of these groups are represented in our student body, and we strive to make it fair, inclusive and safe for all. We value very highly our student voices. Our Staff Student Liaison Committee is one of the most highly commended in the university and has won awards for this. It's the place in which student feedback is listened to seriously and fed back into our discussions at school level, where curriculum is shaped, where school policy is developed. We're happy and proud and very privileged to have strongly engaged, critically thinking students who work constructively with us to make learning and living in the School of Modern Languages and Cultures better. We give good care to our students, and this is of particular importance. In the National Student Survey, 92.1% of our students said that staff were there to speak to in person when they were needed. Of course, during the pandemic, some of that care was given online, but as we return to a face-to-face world, that care is in person. We're always there and we're ready to listen. We work hard at what's called widening participation, engaging with schools locally and nationally to help promote the cause of modern languages, which too often is seen as or presented as an elitist subject. We think it's really important to celebrate heritage languages, to celebrate multilingualism, and to ensure that GCSE and A-level groups, but also Key Stage 3 students in schools, get equal and fair exposure to interesting and engaging language teaching. Staff in secondary schools work incredibly hard to do this, and we try our best to support them with materials, engagement programs, both on campus and in schools, to push the cause of languages. That's characteristic of our engagement and outreach work generally. We like to give back to the wider non-academic community wherever possible. A good example has been our engagement with the Coventry City of Languages programme, which also celebrated, as part of the Coventry City of Culture Year, multilingualism generally. Our staff and students were closely engaged with setting this up, running events and contributing to its success. And our academics regularly engage with the non-academic world, with the public, with different communities, with different sectors of society, to share their expertise through outreach programs and impact work. So I hope those 5 C's that I've sketched out for you give you something memorable to take away and help to characterise what it is that we think sets Warwick School of Modern Languages and Cultures apart. We regularly run online engagement events between our students and potential applicants, and increasingly, again, after the pandemic, we're running face-to-face, in-person, on-campus open days. So if you like the sound of what you hear, if you think what we teach and the way we teach it sounds appealing, and you'd like to find out more, why not come and have a look at yourselves, visit campus, see our fantastic new arts building, and come and visit us in the School of Modern Languages and Cultures.
I hope that this video has given you a sense of who we are as a School of Modern Languages and Cultures, and I look forward to being able to welcome you onto campus soon. Thank you.